how I go from this to this. Here is my full painting process where I'll be including tips and tricks, brushes, techniques, all that, while also introducing some Procreate features, shortcuts, and functions that I use all the time. I like to start off with a really rough head sketch just so I can visualize where I like to put my facial features and all that. Honestly, because I'm self-taught and probably not in the best way because I didn't watch any videos or how to, I just kind of like go for it. Like I often see people do like full out sketches and guidelines. I just kind of like go straight into the messy line art, fix it up a little bit along the way, and then just end up using that as my official line art. Okay, real quick, device. The device I use is the iPad Pro 12.9 inch 4th gen. I got this in 2020 and I've been using it every day for the past 3 years. The stylus I use is the Apple Pencil, and you do have to buy this separately. And then the app I use is Procreate. I think it's really beginner friendly and I had no troubles figuring it out as a beginner artist. Brush. Okay, if there's one thing that you should take away from this video, it is this brush. This brush is literally my holy grail, my godsend. I swear by this brush. It will literally truly never let me down. I've been experimenting with more brushes nowadays, but this one is still my go-to if I'm unsure. It just gets that perfect, soft yet precise, messy, painter-like look that I want to go for, but it can also do like cute, simple, semi-realism, realism, all that. So yeah, 100% worth it. I put it in the description, or you can just Google soft anime style Procreate brush set. And I personally like using the yummy textured coloring brush for the line art and the coloring. So canvas size was something that really confused me for some reason. Like I just had no idea what number to pick. So I came up with this random magical number, 3,873 by 4,814 pixels with 600 dpi. I don't know why that specific number, but it's so good. It has also never let me down. It looks nice on Instagram. It feels good to draw with, not pixely, and it gives about 30 layers for you to work with. Now, after the rough sketch, I move on to the flat colors. Except I like doing the hair and face rendering first because if it looks good, it gives me the motivation to like finish the piece. If the face and hair rendering doesn't look good, I tend to not finish the piece. I don't know if this is another red flag, but that is just how I live my life currently, so let me know if you relate. Quick shading tip. You can see I'm kind of playing around with the multiply layer, and I love doing this. All you do is make a layer on top of all your previous shading. Choose a slightly more saturated and darker color, and then fill in a large area. Then turn that layer to multiply and play around with the opacity until you get a result that you like. Now, I also get a lot of questions as to how do you fill in your colors if your liner is messy and incomplete. The answer is you can't. You basically have to manually color it in. As you can see, that is what I'm doing. It's everyone's least favorite step, I know, but here's a tip that I think that makes it go a little bit faster. Try using the Lasso freehand color fill tool. With this tool, you can just roughly click along the lines, and once you complete the shape, click back at the origin dot and it just fills it in automatically. Also, by the way, every time I do a little side note tip thing, the time lapse pauses, like I'm not skipping out of anything. It just temporarily cuts to what I'm showing and you're not missing anything, so don't worry. But now I'm at the stage where I'm adding in a few more multiply layers, going back and forth, just thinking like, okay, I think I like how the hair and face are looking, so maybe I can continue on with the body, outfit, and background and all that. Also, very important, when it comes to this messy painter-like style, the key is messy, all right? The key is to be messy. Like doing minimal zooming in, I want to see the drawing as a whole, not individual detailed pieces put together, you know what I mean? Like, you know you've successfully achieved this if you zoom in a lot and it just looks like a messy blob, but when you zoom out, it looks like a whole and a cohesive piece. So another one of my tips is not to nitpick. Don't think about the little details too much, you know, color over the lines, be messy, be free. It's key. Okay, on the topic of being free, I'm going to be a little philosophical here, but I feel like this needs to be said, and it's not said very often in the art community, but you gotta try experimenting with different styles. It's so fun. Like, I feel like there's a very strong stigma or idea in the art community that you have to find this one style that just embodies who you are as an artist, and you have to keep doing that style to kind of mark your place as an artist. But I just found that a little bit restraining. And ever since I kind of broken out of that idea, like, okay, I have to stick to one style, art became so much funner. I even had a 1 week challenge where I was like, okay, every day I'm going to draw in a different style, like simple, cute, realism, detailed. And that was honestly the most fun I've had in so long. And I had this idea, don't quote me on this, but I feel like art block is kind of related to you just feel like you aren't expanding as much because you are so stuck to this one style. And to truly like break out of this art block, you gotta try a different style. Like, why not? It's fun. It might be a little scary and then you might think like, okay, this looks really bad, but you are your biggest critic. Trust me. If you try something new, it's not only gonna be fun, it's not only gonna help you break out of your art block, but you could also learn so much more about yourself. Okay, I feel too deep right now, but just try it. It's fun. And boom, here we go. Final piece. I think this took about 3 hours and 40 minutes. Let me know if you liked it in the comments. Please, I will literally reply to all comments, I swear. Thank you for sticking around. Happy drawing. You got this.